Hello students, welcome to English class. So today we will come to the topic subject-verb agreement. Grammatically that is called the subject-verb concord. C-O-N-C-O-R-D. C-O-N-C-O-R-D. That's a grammatical term used for subject-verb agreement. So what is subject-verb agreement? What's the agreement between the subject and the verb? Okay, as a general rule, a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. This is the normal subject-verb agreement. So there are a number of rules based on this subject-verb agreement, and we will come to some of the main rules, and we know that these rules we have to use in our day-to-day life while we use English language. So some of the things are very familiar to us, some of them won't be so familiar. So go through the rules that we discuss here and try to practice it while we use language hereafter. So the first one mentioned is, see, make a verb agree in number with its subject. Make a pronoun agree in number with its antecedent. Examples are given. The list of spare parts was long. So you know that the noun here, the subject here is list, singular subject. So the verb also is singular, was used here. Second one, the list of spare parts were low. So here the subject is list, plural subject, so plural verb. Then singular subjects take singular verb and plural subjects take plural verbs. Even an animal has its own territory. Even animals have their own territory. So as we mentioned in the first example, here subject animal, so has, and the pronoun used is its here because it's a singular noun. And here subject is plural animals, so the verb also plural have, and the pronoun also plural form there. That is mentioned in the next line. Singular antecedents are referred to by singular pronouns. That is, as it is animal, its, and plural antecedents are reference of plural pronouns. Animals, their. Then, exception. A plural verb is always required after you, even when it is used in singular, referring to one person. Example, you were very helpful during my stay with you. That is, in the case of you, singular or plural, the verb will always be plural form that you have learned in your lower classes. Then, yes added to a noun indicates the plural form. For example, while we say boys, while we add s to the word, the singular noun boy, we get a plural form, boys. But s added to a verb indicate the third person singular form. That is, while we add s or es to the verb, it becomes singular. That's the difference. In the case of a noun, while we add s or es, plural form. But in the case of a verb, while we add s or es, we get singular form. For example, go, goes. While we add s or es, in the case of a verb, it is singular. In the case of a noun, it is plural. This is the thing you have to keep in mind. Then, ensure the verb agree with the true subject and not with an intervening plural object of a preposition or any other intervening plural. That simply means, so look at the example here. The box of Nestle's chocolates is missing. what is the subject here? It's not a single word, you know that a number of words are there. The box of Nestle's chocolates. And what is the head noun there? Or what's the true subject there? Box. And box is singular. And if you look at here, you may feel that the word chocolates is plural. But the thing is that chocolates is not the subject. The subject is box, which is singular. So the verb also should be singular. Okay. Then, his experience as teacher to boys and girls gives him understanding. The true subject here is experience. So, as plural nouns are here, we may feel that this is the subject and we may use plural verb. So, this is the thing you have to keep in mind. Sometimes, see, in the case of a subject, it won't be a singular noun, sometimes it will be a phrase, and then you have to identify the head noun or the true subject. So here is experience. The second sentence, the prices of the new model vary from town to town. So here the true subject is prices. So vary. If it is price, it will become varies. So plural subject, plural verb. Then second one, the next rule, third one is very familiar to, there is no need of much explanation. Subjects joined by and are usually plural and take plural verbs. His typewriter and my radio were stolen. Sony and Sanjay are going to Chennai today. This we are very familiar, but the next one, the exception, you have to specially notice. What is that? If a subject consisting of two singular nouns connected by and refers to the same person or thing, a singular verb is used. What's the meaning of that? Two singular nouns connected by and. If that refers to the same person, the verb should be singular. Look at the sentence here. My best friend and advisor has changed his mind again. What's the meaning of that? My advisor and my best friend and advisor. That refers to the same person. Understood? His friend is his best friend and also his advisor. The same person is referred here. So, in order to show that it is the same person, singular subject is used. But if it refers to two persons, one is his best friend, the other one his advisor, two persons, then what will be the change? My best friend and advisor have changed their mind again. That means two people are there. Understood? So, one is his best friend, other one his advisor. And if it is two people, this verb will become plural, have. And here the pronoun also will become plural. But here what's the case of the given sentence here? Both these things referred there refers to the same person. So singular subject is used. Then when two subjects connected by and are preceded by each, every or many, a singular verb is used. Which are the words? Each, every, many, a. If these words are there before the subject, what will happen? The verb will become singular. So, each man and boy is expected to meet his obligation. Each man and boy. And if the word each is not there, it will become plural. But here, while we use each, every, etc., the verb will remain singular. Each man and boy is expected to meet his obligation. Every shirt, tie and coat is marked for production same. Then the next rule is words like with, together with, along with, besides, as well as, including, in addition to, etc. do not affect the number of the verb. If the subject is singular, a singular verb is required. If plural, a plural verb. That means, don't be confused with the statement here. If you look at here, you will easily understand it. The television along with the cabinet is to be sold. So which is the noun here? The television. And we know that television is singular. So is to be sold. Singular verb is used here because the expression along with is used here. And if the expression along with is there, don't be bothered of that. What you have to do is look at the subject used here, and if it is singular, the verb also will be singular. Then Mrs. Paul with her son and daughter is going to the theater this evening. So here also the expression with her son and daughter. So don't be bothered of this. Look at the first subject there. Mrs. Paul, singular subject. So is going to. Our chief competitor as well as ourselves is obliged to increase prices. So here the subject is competitor. The decoration of the room, including the carpets and furniture, is most pleasing. So here in all the cases, singular nouns are used, singular subjects are used. So the verb are also singular. But here, if these subjects are plural, this verb also will become plural forms. Then rule 5, if the subject is made up of both singular and plural words connected by or, nor, either or, neither nor, not only but also, the verb agrees with the nearer part of the subject. So keep in mind these words, these expressions. Which are they? Or, nor, either or, neither nor, not only but also. What's the speciality? The verb agrees with the nearer part of the subject. That means, look at the sentence here. Neither the quality nor the prices have changed. Two subjects are there. Two nouns are there. Which are they? One is quality, second one is prices. And this second subject is near to the verb. Okay. So this is a singular noun. This is a plural noun. So as the plural noun comes nearer to the verb, it should agree. The verb should agree with the nearer subject. That is, nearer subject is plural. So the verb also should be plural. Okay. So two nouns combined using neither nor, or the expressions we have already mentioned. The verb should agree with the nearer part of the subject. Then, neither the prices nor the quality has changed. So here have changed to has changed because the nearer subject is quality. So here prices, plural. So have. Here quality, singular. So has changed. Not only the headmaster but also the teachers are in favor of the expansion of the school. So two nouns combined using not only but also. And the second subject, teachers, that is plural in form. So the verb also should be plural. Look at the next sentence. Not only the teachers but also the headmaster is in favor of the expansion of the school. So here headmaster is the nearer subject, singular. So is used. So here teachers plural, so verb also plural. Here headmaster singular, so verb also singular. Neither the salesman nor the buyer is in favor of the system. So the second subject, second noun, buyer singular, so is. The next one, salesman plural, so plural verb is used. So keep in mind these words that we use to connect nouns. Then if the subject consists of two singular words connected by or neither nor or either or, the subject is singular and requires a singular verb. If the subjects consist of two singular words connected by or neither nor or either or, the subject is singular and requires a singular verb. For example, neither our accounts department nor our head office has a record of the transaction. See, neither our accounts department nor our head office has, because two singular words are there, two singular nouns are there, they are connected using neither nor. So the verb also should be singular. Sunita or Neetu has the swimming suit. So here also or, two singular nouns connected using or, so the verb is singular. Either October or November is a good vacation month. Two singular nouns connected using either or. Neither the radio nor the television was in working order. So there also, so you have to keep in mind these expressions used to connect these compound conjunctions, neither nor, either or, etc. Then nouns that are plural in form but singular in meaning, such as news, measles, mumps, physics, electronics, tactics, economics, and so on, usually take singular verbs. So they are plural in form. Why do we say that they are plural in form? Because most of the nouns, ends in s. Okay, that s is normally plural form. That's what we say. Or in almost all the words, while the words end in s, it becomes plural. But here, in the case of these words, even though they are plural in form, they are singular. So the verb also should be singular. So you have to keep in mind such words, and one or two examples are given here. Then other words that are plural in forms are given here: athletics, statistics, politics, etc. Because all the words end in yes, but they are singular. Then a linking verb usually agrees with its subject, not with its complement. Excessive absences were the reason for his failure. So here absences, plural, so the verb also is plural. Then plural verbs are required for many nouns that have no singular form, such as proceeds, goods, ashes, remains, credentials, premises, etc. What's the speciality of these words? There is no singular form. They are always used as plural forms. So plural verbs are to be used. Then collective nouns. A collective noun is a word that represents a group of persons, animals, or things. Audience, committee, company, council, army, police, society, etc. The following rules govern the form of verb to be used with a collective noun. What is that? When the group acts as a unit, the verb should be singular. What's the meaning of that? While we use the committee, we can take it as a single unit. So if we want to show that we are taking it as a single unit, singular verb is to be used. But we know, while we say a committee, sometimes there will be many members. For example, consider that 10 members are there in the committee. And if we have to take them separately, individually, one by one, this has should be changed to have. So while a collective noun takes a singular verb, you have to understand that is taken as a single unit. But if we are using a plural verb, that shows that we are not taking it as a single unit, but we are considering the individual members of the group. Okay, so examples are given here. See, the teams are arguing over who should be the captain, the committee were not in agreement, the audience were cheering and laughing, even crying, etc. That means if you take collective nouns as a single unit, singular verb, but if you are taking separately, individually, plural verbs are to be used. Then when nouns expressing periods of time, amounts of money or quantities are considered as a single unit, singular verbs are used. 10 rupees is a single unit. Seems too much for the job. 3 months is too long a time to wait. The number of board members is very small. Yes, 5 meters is ample for a seat. So, period of time, amounts of money or quantities can be taken as a single unit. So, singular verb is to be used. Then, after expressions as 1/2 of, 2/3 of, a part of, a majority of, a singular verb if a singular noun follows the of. A part of the office is closed. A part of the office is closed. So, office singular. 2/3 of the mailing list has been typed. A majority of 3,500 indicates his popularity in the constituency. Use a plural verb when a plural noun follows the of. Part of the walls are to be painted. So what's the difference here? What's the difference here? Here after part of singular verb. 2/3. So here also singular verb. So the verb also is singular. But here part of the walls, plural. 2/3 of our workers, plural. So plural verb is to be used. The expression the number has a singular meaning and requires a singular verb, whereas the expression a number has plural meaning and takes a plural verb. So difference between the number and a number. The number singular verb, a number plural verb. The number of board members is very small. If it is the number singular, if it is a number, plural is to be used. Then in sentence containing the words one of, the verb is chosen as follows. In simple form, one of or one of the singular verb is used. One of plus plural noun is to be used, but the verb remains singular. One of the reasons for his demotion is his carelessness. One of the reasons for his demotion is his carelessness. One of the pens is missing. When we say one of the pens means many pens were there but only one is missing. That's the meaning of that. The sentences containing phrases one of those who or one of the things that, a plural verb is required. So don't confuse between these two. One of plus singular verb, one of those who or one of the things that, plural verb is to be used. He is one of those managers who favor increasing the staff. He is one of those managers. That means many managers are there who favor increasing the staff. But if you change this those, he is one of the managers. What will be the difference? If it is one of the managers, it will become singular. So this verb will become singular, favors. Then Mr. Verma is one of our officers who are accompanying me. One of our officers. So here who are, plural verb. If it is one of the officers, who is. So likewise other examples are also given here. So the difference between these two, one is one of plus plural noun. This one of those, or one of those who, or one of the things that. So that two expressions keep in mind. Then certain collective nouns, singular in form, always take plural verb. Why do we say that they are singular in form? In the previous case, we saw that certain nouns plural in form, but singular because those words ended in or end in s. But here there is no s form, but it's a collective noun, so plural verb is to be used. Okay. Then certain nouns are always used in singular and followed by singular verbs. These are not used in the plural sense and do not take on plural verbs. For example, hair, issue, advice, information, scenery, luggage, mischief, bread, abuse, furniture, land, business, machinery, poultry, etc. What's the specialty of these words? They are used always as a singular noun. There is no plural form. There is no word like sceneries. There is no word like advices. There is no word like machineries. Okay, they are always used as singular nouns, so singular verbs are to be used. So her hair has turned grey now. The scenery of Kasoli is beautiful, etc. Then if we have to use these words in plural sense, sometimes we have to add expressions like, see, he gave me many pieces of advice. And when we use many pieces of advice, it becomes plural. We cannot say advices. Advice is always singular in form. So there is no plural form. The words each, every, either and neither used as pronouns or adjectives are always singular and require singular verbs. Each of them, neither of the boys, etc. Each of them does. Each employee is. Neither of the boys is. So keep in mind, each, every, either, neither used as pronouns are always singular and require singular verbs. Then to come to 20. All, any, more, most, some may be singular or plural depending on the meaning and take verbs accordingly. They can take, that means while we use these words with the nouns, they can take singular or plural verbs according to the context. That means while we use some plus a countable noun, the verb should be plural. Some of the books seem too old. So here books countable noun. So the verb also plural. Some of the food. Food is uncountable. So the verb also should always be singular in form. All the typing has been finished. All the reports have been typed. So these words, some, all, most, etc. can take singular or plural verb. The thing you can keep in mind is that some plus countable noun, verb plural, some plus uncountable noun, verb singular. Then the titles of books or magazines are considered singular and take singular verb. The Hindustan Times still has wide circulation. The Two Faces of Indira Gandhi is a bestseller, so that you can just keep in mind. The following words and their compounds are always singular and require a singular verb. That is, expressions like anybody, everybody, nobody, somebody, etc. should take singular verb. Anything, everything, nothing, something, anyone, everyone, someone, no one, etc. should always take singular verb. So you can just keep in mind, like body, thing, one, anybody, anything, anyone, those expressions. Then a relative pronoun used as a subject takes a singular or plural verb according to with its antecedent. Measles is among the diseases that are curable. Measles is among the diseases that are curable. So, as it is diseases, plural verb is to be used. This is the only one of the local purpose that prints a weekly horoscope. Only one of the local newspapers. So, as it is only one of the, so singular verb is used here. Then next is given troublesome pronouns. See, who and that are used when referring to persons. Who being used when the individual person or the individuality of a group is implied, and that when a class, type or species is implied. What's the meaning of that? While we refer to persons, we can use who and that. Who, if we are giving importance to the individuality. That, if we are giving importance to class or type. He is the boy who understands Punjabi. So here we are considering only one boy and his individuality. She is the kind of student that we want. So this she refers to, or she stands for, or she is a representative of a class or a type. Okay, that means we want girls like this one referred here. So the first one, individual. Second one, even though it's a singular noun, that stands for a species. So that is used here. Individual, if it is individual, who, if it stands for a class or a type, that is to be used while we refer to people. After adjectives of superlative degree, that is to be used. He is the wisest man that ever lived. He is the wisest man. So normally we use, we know that when we have listened to that, if you refer to people, we have to use who. Okay, that we are familiar with. But this one also you have to keep in mind. If we refer to, if the noun refers to a class or a type, that is to be used. Then, after two antecedents, one of which is the name of a person and the other the name of some animal or thing. One person and the second one, name of some animal or thing, use that instead of who or which. Then, after such words as all, any, none, only, alone, nothing, use that in place of which or who. All that glitters is not gold. So, and then rule 25 is regarding the use of reflexive pronouns, self or self forms. For reasons, for cases are mentioned here. One is to emphasize a noun or pronoun already expressed. The principal, himself, distributed the sweets, I will write myself, doctor himself, etc. To reflect the action expressed by the verb back onto the subject. We have satisfied ourselves as to the wisdom of the action. So as it is we, ourselves, as it is he, himself, etc. And with the certain verbs like absent, apply, enjoy, present, drink, avail, exert, etc. That means while we use any of these verbs, the reflexive form of the subject is to be used. He presented himself, he absented himself, etc. Then, when the indefinite pronouns, that is pronouns used for persons and objects in a general way, one is the subject in a sentence. It must be followed by one or ones and not his or her. That is, one should keep one's promise. One should keep one's promise. However, if anyone, anybody, each one, everyone, someone are used, do not use one but his or her. Everyone takes care of his health. Everyone should take care of her dress. Then, same is not a pronoun, and as such it should not be used in place of a noun. When you have read this book, please return it to me. Not return the same to me. When you have read this book, please return it. Take these books and return them to the library. Use of each other and one another. Each other is used in reference to two persons. That is, while we refer to two persons, each other is to be used. The two brothers disliked each other. If the number is 2, each other is to be used. If the number is more than 2, one another is to be used. One another is used in reference to more than 2. Use of either, neither, none, any, anyone. Use either or neither when referring to one out of 2 persons. When we use either and neither, we may be mentioning only 2 persons or things. And if it is more than 2, use any. More than 2, use any, none, no one, etc. Either and neither if 2 persons or things. If it is more than 2, none, any, anyone, etc. are to be used. So likewise, there are different rules regarding subject-verb agreement, and most of these rules we have mentioned here. I think we are not so clear about the rules and we use it in the wrong way. So now I think what you have to do is go through these rules many times. If I just tell you once, you won't get the idea. What you have to do is go through it many times and try to keep it in your memory and use it while we use the language. Okay, so as it's a rule, what we cannot give much explanation. You should be familiar with the rules. That's the only way to learn it, and that you can do by continuous practice. So okay, try to go through it many times and understand the rules. Okay, so we'll stop for today. Thank you.